And we are live. Welcome everybody to the Push Power to Power Show with your host, Jesus Ortiz. And we're here live. And I cannot tell you how much I just recently started following somebody new. And his name is Mr. Zachary Babcock. And he has a podcast. And his story is just phenomenal. Like, I don't know, you just have to go out there and follow him, find him, either you like him or not. Who cares? It's like everybody that you like me or not. Who cares? You're out here. Either you're my fans, my super fans, you're gonna be here for me or not. That's fine. I'm not gonna hate on you. I'm gonna be blessing for you for the best to be successful on all aspects of your life, all of them. But today in the Push Power to Power show, we're pushing power to Zachary Babcock, an amazing person, phenomenal. I already listened to his story. He has a podcast, the Underdog Empowerment Podcast. Man, I'm telling you. Let me just read a little bit. I already put a little bit in there on the paper on here a little bit about him, but I'm just gonna read a little bit. Even though what I put, I'm gonna read a little bit about him, about Mr. Zachary Babcock. Zachary Babcock shares podcasts, marketing tips, strategies, and tools to help alpha entrepreneurs launch, grow, and monetize their podcast while building online passive income through your personal brand. From over 5 years in prison to building a six-figure business, my name is Zachary Babcock, and I'm here to show you how to dominate your industry with a top shelf podcast. And you can read more about him on his page. I'm gonna put it on here in a little bit. But today we're pushing power to Zachary Babcock, and I'm gonna show you two videos that I have about him. One, just a 1 minute video of him showing you he was getting interviewed by Brad Lee, and it's just a little 1 minute video. And the other one is something that is gonna show you he's teaching us something out of his YouTube um of his YouTube page, man. And I want to share you that it's like a 4 minute so y'all can see a little bit. If you have a podcast or you want to create a podcast for yourself, a show podcast, and you can just grab the audio and put it in on as a podcast so people can, listen to it. So whatever you want to do, it's all good. And any comments you want to put in here, guys, put the comments in there. And like I said, don't forget to follow and like our pages and subscribe to our pages. Let me see. Let me put it right here. Yeah, subscribe and like to our pages and Yeraldy Media and your concept media group. And just ring the bell. Ring the bell. Like I always say, ring the little tinker bell so you don't forget none of our content in YouTube. That is, all of this is going on YouTube right now, and it's going to my business page in Yeraldy Media. And I'm about to share right now to my personal page. But I want everybody to come and instead of me having it in my personal page, you come and like and follow and subscribe this page so you can come and see all the content here, the push power to power that I'm doing. Like today, we're doing push power to power to Mr. Zachary Babcock, man, an amazing person. Like I said, it's just been about 2 weeks that I just he sent me a friend request. I approved it, and then I started seeing him and learning by him. And he had a podcast. So I'm like, let me see. And I start instead of me, he has like 293 episode on his podcast, somewhere around there. But I'm listening from the first one right now. I'm in the fifth episode on his podcast. And man, I'm telling you, I learned his story from the first, second, third, and the guests that he has brought. Mind blowing. You can just see how he went to prisons for 5 years, all of the stuff happened to him, not believing in himself, being in prison, and then mom calling him and telling him that his sister died because of drugs. Uh, that's man, that's an unbelievable. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you the whole story. Like I said, go check out his podcast, Zachary Babcock. Go out there and find him on YouTube. Find him on Facebook as the same name, Zachary Babcock. Show him. I mean, look at around his page, look his YouTube. He has a lot of. He's teaching you a lot in YouTube. A lot of his videos in YouTube is telling you how to grow your podcast, tips here, tips there, how to monetize them. And that's what I needed. I was trying to focus. I'm focusing on monetizing my show slash podcast and seeing how I can do it, how I'm gonna grow, how I'm growing myself, how I'm building relationship, connecting with others, and I would definitely gonna connect with Mr. Zachary Babcock. I know I send him a message, and we're gonna connect and talk and learn about each other. But today I said, you know what? I'm just gonna go out there and push power to power to Mr. Zachary Babcock. If he's there watching it, when he watched the replay, that's fine. And YouTube, if somebody out there, follow him too, let him know that I'm pushing power to him. I know that I'm definitely gonna have him here, and I'm gonna interview him as well as Mr. Pat Flynn, as well, Mr. Ryan Serhan, all of the pushing power to power guys that I'm pushing. I'm gonna have them here and interview them, storytelling time, so you can know who they are, where are they at, the struggles, everything, and where they at now. And that's what is the push power to power show. So understand that I'm pushing power to power to others that have power. That's what I do here. Do a little clips here, or either I do a share screen here and there and show you them, because I'm pushing power to them, so I can later on in the near, I don't even want to call it the near future, maybe in a couple of months, and get with them, talk to them, collaborate, see, so I can know their story a little bit better. They can know my story a little bit better, and then from there we just run at it. We just run. You're connecting and building relationships. So it's the question: how can I help you? And then he can tell me, how can I help you? And we can help each other out and move around. The connections you have, one connections can help you to build so many connections, but you have to be humble. You have to be humble. Like right here, where's that? My hashtag, hashtag humble power. And I mean, everybody takes hashtag humble power to a different mind, different, thinking. However you want to use humble power, use it as however you want to use it, because it's been thrown around humble. And I said I created the hashtag humble power. There's gonna be hats, and the shirts, the push power to power show, hashtag humble power. I'm gonna create those shirts and some hats, soon, really soon. I'm working on a lot of things about the show and connecting with everybody else, and I'm just happy and excited to do that. But man, like I said, back to Mr. Pushing Power to Power to Mr. Zachary Babcock. Man, I just read a little bit about it, and I'm gonna show you a 1 minute video right now, and then after that, at the end, I just show you something that he's gonna give us some tips if you are already having a podcast or a show, or if you want to have a podcast or a show. Man, I think he's the man to talk to. His story is powerful, man. When I just heard when he was in jail and his sister died, and he had a 30-second. Just put that in your head. Just put your shoes on his shoes and be you're in jail, and they call you that your sister or your brother died, and they said they're just gonna give you a 30-second call. That's it, 30-second call with your mom, because she's gonna explain to you. And his mom was bawling out her eyes, crying and everything. 30 seconds, it ain't nothing. 30 seconds, it's good timing when you're doing video, or like creating, a mass, something that you want to create fast for somebody to be like, damn, I want to know more about that video, or I want to know more about that person. But 30 seconds when somebody just died. And then 30, when I heard that in his podcast, I was like, damn. I know he went through a lot of things, and he paid up because he was in jail with everything that he did. But when they tell you that your sister died out of a drug, I forgot what it was, the drug that she did, and she died, and give you 30 seconds. That right there. And there's one thing that he said. He told the guard, not the guards, but the person in charge, please put me in a room when there's nobody. Put me in a room where there's nobody. I just want to be there by myself. He said he cried, and he started just knowing all the bad and the good things about what he did with his sister. And he didn't want to eat. He didn't want to do things. It was a, a tough time already being in jail. And then they just hitting you, boom, hard, that your sister died. And the 30-second call. Come on, man. Put in your shoes. What would you do if you get into that position when he was in 5 years in jail? Yeah, everybody. I mean, come on, guys. We're humans. We gotta make mistakes. We're gonna make a lot of things that people are gonna hate you. People are gonna say, look, man, he's not worth it. He went to jail. He's not blah 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 blah. Everybody deserves that second time, or maybe a lot of times. I don't know. It's just my opinion. Maybe you deserve so many times. We cannot judge and tell what we want to do with others, no matter what, no matter what they did. That person, either you want to call him God, the creator, or the universe, that person, that is the one that's gonna judge what is gonna happen to you. But not us, man, not us. He did what he did. He changed. He's phenomenal man, phenomenal father. He has twins. Well, I mean, I don't even want to tell you all of the story, because when I have him, I'm wanting him to tell you the story. So when I have him and interview him in the Push Power Show, you will know his story. But man, it's just tough knowing that you were there in the jail, and I visualized and everything, put myself on his shoes, and I was in that little room, knowing that my sister died, and I'm still gonna be here for a couple of more years. And knowing that I only had that 30-second call, and that changed them. I'm just saying, listening to his podcast, that changed him. It would change you, right? Ask yourself that. If you're in that position, what would you do? It would have been a tragic moment, being there and being like, what am I gonna do? Is this it for me? Am I gonna suicide? I don't want to live anymore. I mean, she died. I don't have nobody out there. I mean, he does have somebody at his wife, about to get his kids, his twins being born. And he knew that he needed to do something better for him, because he wanted to be there for his twins. He is there for his twins now, for his two boys. But it's where you connect. This is where you connect from heart to heart, from humble to humble. And you realize that, man, hey, man, he did what he did. He's out here now making 6 figures. Maybe he's making 7 now. I don't know. He will tell us when I get him here. He's working hard. No excuses. He's pushing himself out there. He has his podcast. He has interviewed so many talented people, so many people that I follow that are out there. Like, let me name one. Mr. Billy Jean. He interviewed Billy Jean. Billy Jean is marketing. Who else? Who else did he interview? Man. And he got interviewed by Brad Lee, the real Brad Lee, and more. There's a lot of them. How powerful is that of a change, that sometimes we are here trying to make something happen, and the power of our mind to be like, I want to do that. I want to have that. How can I reach that? How can I do that? Well, yes, you can. Everything is in your mind. Everything is in your heart, in your spirit, to push yourself forward and make sure that whatever it is that you want, whatever it is that you're visualizing, you will get. You will get. Every single one of us has a different story, and that main story that created of who you are, who you're pushing, what's your why, your destiny, your purpose here in this earth, because this is just the beginning. This is just us, the beginning. This is just a vessel living in here, trying to figure out, what am I gonna do through life? What am I gonna do? Am I just gonna follow the same circle? Am I still gonna jump from job to job until I decide that I can't work no more? My back hurts with what? No money and nothing down. And how am I gonna support my family? How am I gonna support my daughter? How am I gonna support this? All these questions, we have it in our mind every time. And I'm gonna pause and I'll come back right now, and I'm gonna show you the little video before we jump into the other one. And I'm gonna get some water. So watch it here. This is just a little minute video that he did. He was gonna be interviewed. He got interviewed by the real Brad Lee. Here you go. Watch it.
Yo, what up? We're getting ready to go on Brad Lee's show, Dropping Bomb show. Can't wait. I'm really excited about it.
Before, I
I was all like that underdog, like out to prove a motherfucker wrong, like, you know, like, because they said I can't have it. And I think that's good in the beginning, but Andy said some shit. He's like, man, I'm not really out to prove anybody wrong anymore. I'm in competition with myself. You know, it's like,
yeah, you reach a level where that's not so important.
Yeah.
It's what drove you there, though.
Yeah.
But it doesn't continue.
Boom! I hope you like that. I told you it was just gonna be 1 little minute video. I'm telling you the truth right now. I definitely want to get the real Bradley too and interview him here. So that's somebody else that I'm gonna push power to. Him, Grant Cardone, Gary B, Billie Jean, all of those. I'm gonna push power with. And I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. It's in my mind. It's gonna get out there. It's gonna be pushed there out there. That I'll definitely have him here in the interview in the Push Power show because it's gonna happen. I already seen it. Not foreseen it, but I already seen it. You call it out, and you being positive, and you being humble. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen no matter what. No matter what. Let me share these, guys. And again, if you have any questions and comments, please put the comments and questions. And don't forget on YouTube, guys, if you're watching the YouTube, ring the ringer bell. So you don't miss any of the shows and any of the Push Power shows, interviews, collaborations, anything that I'm pushing through the show right there. And the same with my YouTube notifications. Push the notification button so you will be notified when I'm out here and being live. I'm live on pre-recorded. You still see me. There's my fans. My super fans, those are the ones that I want to create more of my super fans. The one out there, they support me already. They're following me. And like I said, I ain't hating nobody that you hear from me or not. Or you just watching here, passing by. Hey, hello, you're passing by. It's all good, man. Things happen. Things happen for a reason. Let me just post this. And hold on a second. And check in. I should have posted at the beginning, but hey, it is what it is, man. I'm posting it right now, and then we get back to business. And then it's in Montana. It is boom, and then boom. Okay, and it's been posted. All right, it's posted. I just shared it to my timeline, but it's here. So this is where everything's gonna happen. When I'm pushing power to power, when I'm doing the interviews, this is where it's gonna happen. It's not gonna happen in my personal page. I'm gonna grow this page, and people that are following here, their supporters, their fans, it's right here. It is what it is. But like I said, man, I just stayed up right there at that point, on that moment when I told you that not now, if not now, when? Ask yourself that every day, if not now, when? But hey, it depends on you of how you see it. Just like Mr. Zachary Babcock, all of his stuff. You definitely, I don't want to push a lot of his story. If you're watching me live right now, press number 1. If you're number 2, replay, you missed the first 10, 15 minutes when I started explaining who's Mr. Zachary Babcock, a little bit of his story. Well, when we're done, go watch it again. I'm telling you, watch it from the beginning. His story is phenomenal, powerful. What is he been through? What is he doing now to, outcome and his outcomes and everything, what he's doing out there and performing himself on the podcast, having more interviewers. Like I said, he was interviewed by Mr. Bradley. I want to be interviewed by Bradley, not because, I want everybody to know that I'm interviewing. No, because I know what Mr. Bradley, I don't know much of his story, just a little bit, but I know what kind of he does, where he's at, where he came from, that, pushing power to somebody like that, Mr. Zachary or Gary Vaynerchuk, Grant Cardone, Billie Jean Marketing, all of these other, even other people that are still making it, just like Mr. Zachary Babcock, just like him. Look at him, and he's interviewing all of these people, talented people, serving you, and bringing a lot of attention and tips here and there. If you want to create your own podcast, if you want to reach out to be like him on his podcast, how can you reach those people, those like the people that I just said, Gary B and all of them? How can you reach them and have them in your podcast, in your show? With him, you gotta learn. He has follow him on his YouTube. I should have put him right here, but find him as Zachary Babcock right here. Just put his name on Facebook, you'll find him. Follow his Facebook page, his YouTube, know his story, go listen to his podcast, man. But please don't listen from all the way to the top. Listen from the beginning, from number 1 to all the way to the top. I'm in number 5 right now. Number 5 or his episode number 5, episode number 5. Tomorrow I will listen to number 6. But it's just how we all interconnected, intertwined, or however you want to call it. All of us has that connection, that story that hit you hard. We cannot be comparing each other's story and be like, my story is better than his, my story is better than yours. No, hell no, you can't do that. We are humans. We go through different paths. We go through different things that it hurts, the struggles, the hardships, things that man, it just rip your heart apart, your mind, and you find yourself again. You wake up again. It's like you waking up again and being like, damn, I don't want to be in the same dream all over again. I don't want to run in this circle all over again. For what? For me turning 70, for me turning 80, and asking then at that time, if not now, when? And then what? My back already hurts. Maybe I can't even walk right. I don't have that positive in me to actually create a show, a podcast, invest in real estate, invest in a business, create a, open a restaurant, etc., etc. You have to do it now. Start now. No matter what it is, start now. Hustle, work, and then hustle. Your time, create your time. Time is so valuable. Time is so valuable. We're gonna ask Mr. Zachary Babcock when we get him here and interview him. Time is so valuable. You lose time, and you can't get that time. You create your own time, and what are you creating that time? You put in your work. Put in that work. No matter what it is, you're writing your goals. You're making sure that you're gonna make sure that the first and the third, the first 3 goals, they're gonna happen. You're gonna make them happen. You're gonna work out. You're gonna spend time with your family. You're gonna go out to the store and buy you whatever you needed to buy for the grocery. Create your time that you're not beating yourself up every day that you wake up and be like, damn, I woke up at damn 12. I missed this 6 hours, 7 hours that I could have been something to product. Don't beat yourself up, man. Shit happens. Sometimes you're gonna wake up late, but you're gonna wake up. You gotta wake up happy. You gotta wake up with that mentality that like, whoa, I woke up late. I'm still gonna make sure that I have a productive day, that I spend time with the family, that I do what I gotta do, what I wrote down, even if I don't do everything because I barely did this, it's still fine. Don't beat yourself up. Be productive. Be productive every day. It don't matter how much productive you are, but be productive, and that's gonna happen because you're doing that consistently, 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 consistently. You're gonna start seeing things. You're gonna start seeing things. Just like me, pushing power to power show. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Pushing power to power. Doing this little inspirational blocks here. Almost like I said, I haven't started doing it, but I'm still um I'm fixing everything right now on the show, on everything that I want. I want to do it legit, but not just like I want to do it legit, but I'm still throwing it out there and doing it me. Whatever, if I fail, who cares? I'm gonna see what I fail. Let me restructure it and throw it up at there and throw it again and see if that works. See the feedbacks. I love the feedbacks, man. You give me any feedbacks, put it. It doesn't matter if it's hating feedback, happy, positive, anything. Throw me the feedbacks. Throw me the comments. I'm gonna read them. I'm gonna push up there, say hi to you. Don't be afraid of it. Push power to power, man. Just like I'm pushing. Sorry, I'm pushing power to Mr. Chris. Look at that. Big approved air conditioning and heating. So if you need air conditioning and heating here in Houston, Texas, well, go right there to Mr. Chris. BIC approved. Go check his page out, and he'll go there and do his job, man. He's an amazing person. See, you're pushing power to power. Something that sometimes is hard to us. Yeah, why are you pushing? Why are you? I'm not charging him because I'm wearing his hat and be like, I mean, pay me, $100 a month or whatever you want to push, 500 one time, 1,000, 5,000, because I'm advertising your hat here. Why are you not sponsoring me? Hey, you gotta push power to power. You got to do what you got to do. You got to connect, build that human relationship with them. Things are going to happen. Don't think about the money. Don't think about it. Think about how can you help others? How can you serve others? How can you go out there and just put in yourself, your heart, yourself out there without thinking about the money? Yes, we need the money. Yes, we need to pay the bills. Yes, nothing is free in this world. But as much as you push yourself, you're pushing power to power. You're not thinking about the money. The money is going to chase you. Things are gonna happen that you unbelievably not gonna just come to your head and be like, "Damn, how did I get those extra $5,000 in my bank account? How?" Because of this, you're pushing power to power. You're helping somebody. You're being nice. You're being humble. You never know when that person, somebody else is gonna look at you, social media, your blogs, your podcast, and be like, "Hey, you know what, man? I'm liking you. I know this. I want to invest in you. Look, let's talk about it. How can I help you? I want to sponsor you. This is how much money I can build you to so you can build faster, so you can go on this route and jump in and fly here and there and build yourself more. But I believe in you. Those things can happen. You might say, "Oh, that's crazy. So that shit ain't gonna happen. That's not gonna happen to me." Why? Why would you be putting that negativity in your head? Why? Why would you be putting that negativity in your head? Put the positivity. It's gonna happen. It will happen. I'm not gonna call it. Don't know what time, when, or where, but it's definitely gonna happen. I know it. And you're gonna be asking Mr. Zachary Babcock when I have him interview him, when he'll tell you his story that he was in jail for 5 years, and then giving them that news that his sister died in a 30-second call. Boom! What you gonna do? Look at him. What is he doing? He didn't depress himself. He didn't give up. He knew that he has his 2 kids. He knew that he had his wife out there. He knew that he had to change. He knew, and what did he do? He pushed hard. He didn't care. He didn't say no excuses. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Who cares? I dress however I want to dress. It's not about how you dress. It's not about how I look. It's about how you put in the work, how you go out there and push yourself and be you. Your character. You are your own character. You dress whatever. You want to wear a hat. You don't want to wear a hat. Well, don't wear a hat. You wear glasses. You don't want to wear glasses. You want to wear contacts. You wear that t-shirt, tank top. You don't want to wear a suit and tie. Well, don't wear a suit and tie. Just because you're watching somebody wear a suit and tie, that doesn't mean that you gotta wear suit and tie. Maybe you don't like that. And I don't really like wearing suit. I do. I love suits, man. I like suits, but I dress casual and this and that. But that's because it's me. I like it, and that's how I like it. Either you like it or not. There's the door. That's the same. That's what he said. Zachary Babcock. Look how I dress. Look how I'm doing. That's how I feel good, and I feel great. And look, I'm still making 6 figures. I'm pushing more. I'm still bringing more. I'm still being humble. I'm still being me and helping and giving tips here and there. Because it's him. He built that character of him, his own character. Yeah, he might saw, like I said, a lot how we see ourselves. We see another person that we're following, coach, mentors like Gary, all of those people that are already making millions. And you're like, some of us want to copy the same thing, but no, don't do that. Excuse me, don't copy. Get what you want to get from all of these people. Get them. And then bring it to you through your character. And then you build your character. Like me, I was being me. It's me, Jesus Ortiz. Either you like me or not, it's me. I'm not being fake. I'm not being anything. It's me. I'm telling you what it is. It is what it is. It happens, and that's it. Life happens. Shit hits you, gonna hit you in the face so many times. Man, I can't wait to have him here, and it's gonna be amazing. Man, every time I listen to, like I said, only the fifth podcast his podcast that I listen to, and it just bam hits me on my head. Like, damn, I can't be complaining. And like I said, you cannot be comparing yourself to each other's story. Oh, my story is better than yours. Oh, I went through more hardship and struggle than you. So why are you? No, man, none of that's boo. I'm sorry about all this language and talking like this, but it's just being me and telling you out of my heart that you go through a lot of things and you gotta go through the hardships. You gotta go through the struggles. Nothing in this world is easy. It's not in a damn paper thing and it's just handed to you. Here's your $5 million. No, you gotta work for it, man. You gotta work for it. Yeah, it's gonna hurt. Yeah, sometimes you're gonna be like, this is it. I don't want to do this, man. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? That's fine. Like I said, sometimes you're not gonna find that purpose, that destiny, your why now. Maybe all of the things that you're doing, it ain't even you yet. Maybe you are actually pushing it, and you're like this, and a couple of months later, years, you're like, man, you know what? That's not really me. I climbed the wrong mountain. That's perfectly fine. If you climb the wrong mountain, that's perfectly fine. Either you make money or not. You go out there and really find yourself. What truly is for you? What is your destiny? And the only person that will know that is you. That's it, period. You and you. Not your mom, not your dad, but yourself. man, I hope that he's been listening to this, Zachary. But I'm definitely gonna have you in YouTube. Pass them on, just like I said with the push power to power for Mr. Pat Flynn, Ryan Serhan. I got him on Facebook already. I already talked to him. So like I said, it's gonna be in a couple of weeks. I'll have him here. I will have him here. It's gonna be an amazing show. I'm gonna push it out there so people will know that it's here. So we will have a lot of audience. So I just want. It's not about sometimes. Let me explain this. Sometimes we want. Oh, I want to have all those 5 million viewers, man. 5 million views. Yes, it helps you. Yes, having 5 million followers, or maybe 5,000. Yes, it's gonna help you. Brand is gonna help you. But sometimes it's just who you bring that is gonna serve. Gonna serve me because I want to know truthfully from his mouth. I see the videos and the podcast, but from him, knowing that poured out of his story, out of his heart, knowing that he's gonna be here, and that's just beautiful. It's just not. It's helping me, and it's gonna help a lot of you that's gonna watch it, and the replays that we're gonna create, the little mini clips, so y'all can know, watch the whole interview, whether it's in my Facebook, his Facebook, YouTube. It's gonna happen, man. I'm telling you, it comes when you want it so much. You want it so much. You work for it so much. You kind of leave that negativity out there. You positive in your mind, your heart, your life, your spirit, everything, and you just push it. You wake up happy. I'm waking up happy every day. I'm already happy, but these changes that I make through my life, working out every day, meditate, praying, and reading the Bible phrases, and then actually reading books every day. I'm reading books. It's amazing. It just opens up your mind, and I'm connecting more. I'm about to push some projects out there. I'm about to get some meetings out there with some speakers and coaches to push something out there. A small mastermind group. I'm telling you, it's but it's the same thing involving me, involving in Push Power to Power Show, collaborating, connecting with others, interviewing people here. You got a book. How can we work each other? Let's create an event here, me and you. Talk about our books. Sell our books out here. It's gonna help other people. It's gonna help us because, like I said, you gotta pay bills. Everybody gotta pay the bills. Yes, you gotta pay your bills too. I gotta pay my bills too. But it's not. It's not like we want to sell so many books out here or recreate an event. It's about what we wrote in there, our passion, our thing that came out of our heart. That something in there is gonna help, even if it helps one person. Imagine what that person. Just imagine that person that reads my book, whoever book, and they're going to a big time struggle. They don't know where to go, and they found some reason, some way around that book that lift them up, that pushed their heart, their humbleness, and they said, "Oh man, that right there, it just opened up the eyes and be like, I have to start now. It don't matter if I have $20 just in my pocket or my bank account, but that's just what I read. It just opened my eyes, and I gotta do it. And ain't no looking back. Ain't no looking back no more. I'm gonna push myself out there and make it happen. Just one person. That one person you help, it can become more successful than you, or you can help them. Like I said, they've been depressed or whatever their situation was. They're gonna find you, and you're gonna be like, "Whoa!" They're gonna thank you, and you're gonna be like, "Why are you thanking me?" Well, I got your book. I read it. Out of the other books that I read, nothing popped up, but your book, something in there that you wrote, it hit me in my heart, and I went out there and hit it. And I went out there, look at me, and man, I was depressed. I didn't know what to do. Now I have one business. I'm making not 6 figures, but I'm making 4 or 5 figures around there. I'm not working for nobody. Just an example. And I'm growing, and I'm about to create my podcast, my show. I'm building more connections, more network meetings, blah, 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 blah. Bam! See how that happens? By one thing. It can be a book, it can be a blog, it can be the show, it can be a guest that I bring here as an interview, teaching you, serving you, giving you tips. Boom. What it is, man. Man, I love it, man. But thank you, Zach, man. Zach. I'm definitely gonna have you here, my brother. And I'm just telling you, my brother, that I'm about to finish up and show you some tips that Mr. Zachary Babcock is gonna tell us about having a podcast. He's gonna give us 4 ways. I forgot about what it was. 4 ways monetizing. I think I forgot, but I'm gonna show you the video. Pay attention, my brother Zach. Man, I cannot tell any more about your story because I want them to hear from you, and I'm proud to tell you right here, my brother, that I'm proud that I don't know you yet, but I will definitely know you. We'll definitely meet each other, and we'll definitely make some collaborations and push ourselves out there and work with each other and make it happen. Make it that right there. It's a yes, yes. It's a no, no, and it's a win, win, win. Period. When you put that mindset to work, when you put your heart, when you put your words and everything, positivity, and you're helping and you're pushing power, just like I'm doing to Mr. Zachary Babcock, things are gonna happen that is out of your mind that you won't even expect them to happen, and you're gonna be like, damn, how did this happen? Because you were being you. You were being you. You were not being nobody else. You do what you really want to do out there. Create what you want to create out there, and believe in whatever you want to believe out there, and make shit happen. Sorry on my language again. Make it happen. Make it happen. And I'm not bashing nobody here. No 9 to 5, 7 to 3. I've been there. All of it. I'm not bashing nobody. It is up to you, whatever you want to run with. Either you want to run with entrepreneurship, business, and businesswoman, or do you want to run with over here, staying with your job 9 to 3, 7 to 3 overnight? I'm always gonna be happy for you, no matter what route you take. I'm always gonna pray for the best for you on all aspects of life. Remember that. I'm just telling you right now, so you will know that I'm never gonna pray for nothing, even though we had a feud or I hated you or something. I'm never gonna pray wrong for you. I'm nobody here to judge you, or you're nobody here to judge me. End of story. We're here in an earth as humans making mistakes, building ourselves up, building character, especially now with all this. I don't even want to say the word COVID, all of the stuff that is going on, man. This is the time where we come together as humans. This is the time where we push ourselves out there. The time that we collaborate, adapt. I'm not gonna stop saying that word, adapt. I don't know how hard it's gonna be for me to adapt to all of it too, just like everybody else. But if we don't do that and we stay quiet and we stay in the corner of your room, what do you think is gonna happen? Nothing. That's what's gonna happen. Nothing. And then you're gonna start complaining and bitching about everything. Forget about that. You do it now. You start now. Whatever it is that you want to start and build your dreams, build your legacy, not nobody else's legacy, not nobody else's dream. You build yours. Period. My brother, Zachary Babcock. I'm gonna leave it to you guys. I'm gonna give you this last video. I'm out. I'm done. I gave it out what I wanted to give it out today, and I'm very proud to be here and still alive. Your boy Ortiz, Power to Power Show here in Yeraldy Media, brought you by Yeraldy Media, by your Concept Media Group and the People's Blog. And the People's Blog, man. I'm telling you, I'm gonna create different groups now. I'm learning different things. I'm building a list, email list, the 100 dream list, and a different list for the mastermind, because I'm gonna create the Push Power to Power conference. That's a definitely yes. I see it. It's gonna happen. There ain't nobody taking that down from me. I'm gonna do what I gotta do best. I know my story. You wanna know my story? Let me know. You wanna be in the show? You let me know. I know I didn't even put anything here. I have everything here in my thing, but today I needed to say this and say it about Mr. Zachary Babcock, and I'm done. And I'm gonna leave you with these tips that he's gonna give us right here in this video. And I see you tomorrow. And tomorrow I'm being interviewed by Mr. Christopher Roush, and I can't wait for that. It's gonna be an amazing. So don't forget it. I'll share it again so y'all can don't miss that live interview that they're interviewing me. See, this has happened. I've been interviewed by a couple of people, and I'm going to interview again tomorrow and soon again for other people. And this is what it creates. Tell your story. You build your character. You build you. Boom. Your host, Jesus Ortiz from the Push Power Show. I'm done. I leave you with the last video. I'll see you tomorrow. Love ya. My super fans. I know you out there. I love ya.
Yo, if you've been thinking about if a podcast can help your business grow at all, if it's for you or not, I'm going to show you 4 main reasons why a podcast can help you grow an explosive business and a celebrity brand. Let's get to it. All right, let's get into these 4 tips, and then later on in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to start a podcast, a complete A to Z guide. So let's start with number 1. First and foremost, you're going to be able to break through the noise with a podcast. Podcasting is an unsaturated space. At the time of this recording right now, there's less than 1 million podcasts, active podcasts. Compare that to the millions of YouTube channels out there and the millions of blogs out there. It's a way less saturated space for you to break through. My personal story, I did over 5 years of my life in prison. Anytime I tried to collaborate with any entrepreneur, nobody took me seriously before a podcast. I was just an ex-convict turned entrepreneur afterthought that nobody gave the time of day to. Then I launched a podcast, got it ranked on day 3, and then interviewed Billy Jeanet's marketing the following week. So literally in 1 week's worth of time, I went from nobody wanting anything to do with me to interviewing celebrities, and it's been a crazy snowball effect ever since. Now my story leads us right into the second reason why a podcast is going to help you grow your business. Aligning yourself with power players. Dude, like I said, nobody wanted to collaborate with me before. Now I've interviewed Grant Cardone, Dean Graziosi, Andy Frisella, John Lee Dumas, Patrick Bet-David. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Neil Patel, Robert Greene. I could keep going. It's crazy, and what that does by aligning my brand with these power players, that positions me as in the marketplace and makes it 100 times easier for me to sell my products and services. Because I'm not just the expert in the sea of idiots like everybody else. I'm positioned above the marketplace. I am the celebrity expert at this point. And then on top of that, man, I get to build real relationships with power players. That's priceless. All right, let's get into the third way of why this is going to help you blow up your business. So, have you ever listened to a podcast? If you have listened to a podcast, did you feel like you were a part of that conversation, like you were a part of a real intimate conversation, like almost like you were a fly on the wall and you felt a part of that, and you were able to probably grow? If you like the host and you like the guest that was on the show, you probably started to grow a relationship with that guest or host that was on the show if you like them. That's why a podcast is powerful. It's the perfect tool to nurture your audience. You know, you ever heard of the thing that people got to know, like, and trust you before they buy? By having a podcast, people, this is per Nielsen reports, 87% of people that listen to podcasts listen to all or most of the podcast episode, regardless of the fact that it could be 3+ hours long like Joe Rogan's podcast. And then on top of that, people that listen to podcasts tend to be like Netflix users, where they will binge listen to your entire show. So to listen to all and most of your show, that's a lot of attention that you're commanding from your brand. And then you get to build that know, like, and trust factor because you're building that intimate relationship with your audience. And before we even get into the fourth reason why, if you're sitting there thinking like, oh yeah, that's cool, but I don't have the time to produce a podcast episode, or I don't have the time to reach out to these celebrity guests, or I don't have the credibility, they won't take me seriously, I don't know how to do it. Look, we could do all that for you. The links are in the description below. Go check that out if that's the only reason what's holding you back from starting your podcast right now. And the fourth reason how a podcast can help your business grow, it's pretty obvious. You can monetize it. And there's a lot of different ways to monetize a podcast. Matter of fact, check out this video right here. 7 different ways on how to monetize a podcast. That's not all of them. That's just the ones that I know about. So you're going to be able to create another passive income stream by having a top-rated podcast. All right, I'm getting ready to show you the video that's going to show you exactly a complete A to Z guide on how to start your podcast, getting it up and running. But before I get to that, make sure you hit subscribe so you continue to get the top resource, the best tips, tricks, step-by-step strategies on creating a celebrity brand and an explosive business with the Top Shelf Podcast. This is the best channel for that, and this video right here is a video that I'm talking about where it's going to show you everything you need to know to launch your podcast. Go check that out. I'm going to see you guys on the next video. Peace.